back to Liz's Bookcase. How do you like my new intro? Very exciting. I'm learning a lot of technology here. So today I'm here to talk with you a little bit about the cookbook Felidia and the two recipes that I've been able to cook so far. The tomato and bread salad and the pasta primavera. I did want to mention something that I haven't told you yet. But she did have a substitute, not a substitute, an old and a new version of the pasta primavera. So it was really nice. She kind of gives you two sauces that you could use with that. I did the old version, which was just with the tomatoes and olive oil and garlic, and the new version is more like a pesto sauce. So that's really fun too. You could kind of try it both different ways. Now, the tomato and bread salad consisted of just tomatoes and cucumbers and onions all tossed together in delicious olive oil and some fresh herbs, basil and garlic, and it was wonderful. It was topped off with some mozzarella cheese, fresh mozzarella cheese. I did leave the onions out of my kids' salad, so I just left them to the side. If you've been following me on social media, you can see those on the side there. And the basil, actually, because I wasn't sure how that was going to go, and so I said, better safe than sorry. We can taste it on the side and not, so that they wouldn't try the whole thing. But they did enjoy it very much, and we all love the pasta primavera, and it was just exactly the shake-up that I've been looking for. It was such a simple dish that I will have on hand in my head now forever, and I feel like I could recreate it. One thing I would like to mention, the two biggest things that I see that are the differences of these and maybe the way that we're normally cooking every day in America are one, with the salad, there is no lettuce, so let's keep that in mind. You know, if we go and we order a salad from a restaurant, even in an Italian restaurant, we rarely see a salad without lettuce, and so I think that's something to keep in mind, especially as seasons change and different ingredients are available. This is an option. We can just throw a couple things together with some beautiful olive oil and vinegar, and maybe even some toasted old bread like this recipe recommended, and have some homemade croutons with that, and have a really delicious salad. The other thing that I wanted to mention is with the pasta primavera, the biggest thing that I noticed is it was not heavy on the cream. I think it was a half a cup of cream for the whole thing, and I'm talking about half a cup of cream for serving that could feed at least 4 adults a full dinner. So that is a big difference from the way that we may be making most of our pastas at home. And then also just with maybe a half a cup of fresh grated Parmigiano Reggiano. So this was exciting. You know, we're seeing a lot more. She used the pasta water too as the thickener for the sauce. So this is what I needed. This is exactly what I needed. A reminder of these really good, delicious recipes that we can have, that we're not having to add a lot of creams or salts or different things like that we can get with more fresh herbs and good food. So that was very exciting. Some of the notes that I make a little note list as I'm cooking, that I noticed was my bread was not a day old. I just bought it that day, so I didn't have time to do that. And these are the kind of things that we have to think about. Okay, well, we're probably wanting this to be crusty, right? Crispy, so that it's not going to soak right into the olive oil and that. And I think it even maybe tells you that in the book, you know, that you want it to be crispy. And so I just toasted it a little while in the oven, and that worked out great. The other thing to keep in mind is it was a lot of pasta, so you can always have it the next day. It makes dinner really easy the next night. We just baked some chicken and had it on the side, and that was delicious. The time that it took me to prepare both of these ingredients, I would say it was about 30 to 40 minutes. I would say in addition to that, I would leave probably about 10 to 15 minutes for prep time, chopping and dicing and all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Yes, so that was delicious. One other big thing that I made a note of is I remember in my kitchen introduction I told you You need a scale for baking, and it's not really just baking, I realized, because in this book she does this many ounces of pasta, this many, which makes sense because that's how an industrial kitchen is going to run, because everything is on portion size. Every single dish that you eat, everything is weighed out so that you're getting the same dish as your neighbor. And so that is something to keep in mind. So go and buy yourself a scale. You're going to use it, especially if you're going to be trying to come along with me on this challenge. So I have a little video to show you I really made this dish, and I hope you enjoy. Let's watch. As you can see, I have a few little helpers in the kitchen, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed cooking this dinner, mainly because there were just so many fragrant smells coming from the kitchen, and it really brightened up my evening. I want to talk to you about the whole reason why I'm doing this. I've told you is because I'm trying to get out of this spaghetti funk, and so I want to talk to you about my food journey and how it's changing me, okay? So I have been going around my kitchen and saying, what's going on with my kitchen tools? Do I need to sharpen them? Do I need to oil my cutting boards? I think you've probably seen me doing different things like that online. During the whole process, I have really noticed myself just being completely more present. In the grocery store, I just stop and I kind of take it in. Where are these ingredients? Where are they coming from? What am I gonna do with them? How am I gonna chop them up? And it was so funny, in that moment, here I am, and I pass by someone else that's experiencing kind of the same thing. They're looking for something, and they can't find it, and we help each other out. So I'm not this like crazy mom that's just driving through with my grocery cart, just trying to get this grocery shopping over with. I'm really kind of more there and more enjoying what I'm actually experiencing. So definitely noticing a major change in what I was hoping it to do. So it's working. And I highly recommend it if you're someone like me who really enjoys cooking and has just found yourself in a funk lately. Maybe go check out a new cookbook, because it's really amazing. Probably the changes that are in some of the newer cookbooks than in some of the older ones. Let's see. Yes, I just really enjoyed picking out the ingredients. So I hope you're enjoying my channel. I am so blown away by the support that I'm getting, and I just wanted to tell everyone thank you for that. I want you to keep following me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And I did want to mention one thing. I have recently figured out that, because I'm learning a lot of new things here, that the YouTube channel, if you have your channel set on private, I cannot see that you have subscribed. So keep that in mind if you're trying to win the cookbook, that you might want to set it to public so that I know you're supporting me. If you don't feel comfortable with that, I completely understand. Message me other ways, talk other ways, and I will still see that you're supporting. Let's see, tune in next week on January 19th. I'm going to be then telling you a little bit about my next two recipes from this cookbook, which are going to be the salmon and a mustard sauce, and the tomato mozzarella basil risotto. I think it's going to be delicious, and I cannot wait. I've already been like, oh, what am I going to cook next? So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and thank you again for tuning in. Oh, and let me know down below what's going on with you. Has anyone picked up this cookbook? I haven't heard anything about that. Are you looking back through some of your old cookbooks? Let me know what you're doing. Okay,